how do we create a good creative? Essentially for us, it's following the structure that we mentioned a bit earlier, but I'll run you through exactly our process inside of kind of the business and how we run it. So first things first, say you've identified this is the product you want to run, right? It fits all the criteria, it's the perfect winning product. Now, how do we craft a good creative? Usually try to find 2 to 3 other brands or dropshippers that are doing well and have created good creatives that are running well as well, right? Look at all of how their creatives are. Are they running just UGC? Are they running, a hook with some benefits and then, a CTA and stuff like that? And reverse engineer what works, because different creatives perform better for different products, right? Some of them is just women talking UGC in their car and it just rips. It works well. Some of them is showing, 5 or 6 different women with like a strange hook at the start. They're all different, right? So find initially a few other brands or dropshipping stores that are working well for that product. Then we have a Notion document. It's a big kind of SOP Notion document. I think I've put it in one of my YouTube videos before, but it includes FB ad prompts you can run for the ad text. It includes scripts that you can use for ChatGPT. So for example, how we'd run before we even go about finding footage, we'd go onto ChatGPT, type in something like, there's a prompt for it, but write me 6 different marketing angles for this posture corrector. Of course, you wouldn't sell one, they're quite saturated, but for this shapewear or for this collagen mask. ChatGPT is going to throw out 5, 6 different angles that you can target the customer, right? What is the pain point? Start to research into the pain points, what people are facing with the product, what they don't like about the product, what is it they struggle with? Is it confidence? Go on Google, a lot of people don't just use common sense, right? Go on Google and type in, what are the effects of acne? And you're gonna find a list of pain points or things that people are not happy with. What is the effects of being overweight? Okay, you can't sleep, you struggle to exercise, you haven't got no confidence, you're not as attractive or self-body confident. Those types of things, that's what you're going to use to craft your creative, which is what the customer's going to see, right? So the first thing is going down a loophole, and I just usually rip open a Google Doc, right? Jot down all this information, different angles, different ad copies that you can run, different benefits. What are the benefits of better confidence? Or what are the benefits of using shapewear? All these stuff ChatGPT can mostly do with prompts. Once you've figured out different angles to use, I usually like to use at least 4 or 5 different marketing angles. By angle, we mean just a different, a different thing that you're going to target the customer on. So if it was a table lamp, for example, you might say, or if it was a lamp in general, you might say this lamp's versatile. You can place it anywhere. That's one angle. Second angle might be it's the perfect reading lamp for when you're in bed. That's another angle, Another one might be it's the perfect dinner lamp for when you're having guests over. They're all different angles you can use. And Facebook will eventually decide what's best for you. So once you went down that loophole, found all the angles, found all the things you want to talk about, next it comes to finding the actual footage. I have a friend that helps me out with mine. He's actually really good at them. But basically, TikTok Shop is a massive thing. Recently, we've got onto it. There's so many good videos on there of people just naturally jumping on UGC women that are talking about products like shavers and that type of thing. YouTube Shorts, another good one, right? You can type in the product name and go onto just the short section in YouTube, find it there. Facebook ad library. There's actually a trick in Facebook ad library. I'm trying to remember how you do this or how you do it. So if you're on Facebook ad library, because I want to try to give some value, I think you can right click and hit inspect. When you hit inspect, you hit Control F, so Control Find, hit MP4, and there's a string of letters that I think says SRC equals, and then it has a link. It will have SRC equals off my memory with a link to the video. You can double click that video, double click the link, or drag it into a new browser, and there you can just download any video. So whatever video is on the ad library, you can just download it.
Wow.
And obviously ad library is a sea of footage. So you can type in whatever the product name is, find a ton of other people that are selling the product, just use their footage, right? As long as it's not a massive brand, if it's a dropshipping store or a dropshipping brand, as long as it's not their own UGC, then yeah, you can go ahead and use that. But proceed with caution, of course. Disclaimer. And then TikTok itself is another big one. You can use search bars. You can use smaller content creators, I would say between kind of 0 to 50, maybe even less, 0 to 20K. You don't want to risk it too much, but 0 to 20K is kind of a good start. Finding your clips, they'll take a while in itself. Once you've found them, usually FB Ad Library and TikTok are the best for clips because they're just formatted in the right kind of dimensions anyway. YouTube sometimes can be a bit out if you're taking like a whole YouTube video. It kind of gets pixelated a bit. So first thing, find your marketing angles. Next thing, collate your clips. Third thing after that, rip open CapCut. 11 Labs, CapCut for editing. 11 Labs for basically the voiceovers. You know, if you've got a confident enough voice or you want to do it yourself, I personally don't. It doesn't really make sense, and I don't want my voice on my ads because people are going to know, probably going to figure out, you know, let's just rip his stuff. But just use 11 Labs. What's good about 11 Labs is you can use them for English voices, and if you're doing EU dropshipping, you can also use them for German or Danish voices.
Okay.
And you can just use something like DeepL to translate them, and then the person just narrates over it. Once you're in CapCut, put all your clips in. You can edit them yourself. I'm a decent editor to the point I've edited my older YouTube videos and stuff. So if you're decent level editing, you can edit them yourself. If you're not great or you just totally hate editing, I'd still recommend learning, but at worst, you can go to Fiverr and just give them like a competitor or how you want it to look on, you know, maybe reverse engineer this, and they'll do it for you for maybe $30 or so. But it can get pricey if you're doing it every single product test or video because you want to make iterations to each. Once you've done that, Riverside FM, this basically can help you script or get a script from a competitor's video, riverside.fm. If their script says, you know, look what their script is and just tweak it. You don't need to come up with a whole new script. Just tweak what they're doing, see what people said about it that maybe they didn't address, and then make sure you address that in your own script for your video. Script out your video, put it into 11 Labs, they're going to narrate it. Put the clips into a format. Like we already said, a good hook to hook the viewer in, first 5 seconds. After that, problem. Run through the benefits, right, of the product, what it's going to do for them, not just features. A lot of people sell features, the actual benefits that it's going to change their life, right? If you're trying to sell SatNav or something, again, it's like, you know, instead of has Google Maps on it, or, you know, it's going to be something like you'll never get lost again, or get to your journey quicker, or, you know, whatever it is. Then offer, so buy one, get one free shipping today only, summer sale, something like that. A good offer that converts, and then the CTA, right? Follow that structure with regards to the clips, piece them all together, add some social proof, maybe someone talking over the product or something like that. Once you've got the initial video for that angle and you've based it around that angle for whatever angle it is you're trying to sell at, create maybe 2 variations of it, right? So I usually would like to change the hook. The first 3 seconds. It's just the easiest thing to do that usually has the most impact. Changing ad text, for me, it doesn't make as much of a difference. And conversely, not conversely, but the same as if you're trying to change a thumbnail. Those are things that I test after. Thumbnail, again, Facebook auto plays videos now. So thumbnails aren't as important as they once were. So based on that video, you've got an angle, one angle, 3 different variations of that angle. And from that, you can then start looking at some other angles and create another 3 set of videos for a different angle and a different angle. Usually you'll end up with maybe 12 15 different videos. If you're running USA, competition is high. Like, it's not easy in USA. We always say to students, if you're getting started in the USA, be prepared to put in quality work. You know, it's not easy. You're going to be up against guys that can spend much more than you, have a whole team of creators, you know, that can create content, and editors that can do it better for you. So you have to make sure your ad copy and creative is really good. Once you've got them creatives and you've got iterations and changes of each, you can put it in maybe a broad CBO. You can use DCTs, like dynamic creative testing on Facebook, or broad's usually best when it comes to like USA and stuff like that. So that's how you'd go from, or how we go from, you know, the inception of a creative or a product to the finished article.
Amazing, bro. You said you wanted to try and give some value. I think you've definitely done that for sure. No, for sure. Like, there's a lot of game here. So I think so many people are going to really, really benefit from this. So I appreciate you sharing that.